Either the world has gone crazy or nerd culture has all of a sudden have forgotten all the things that has happened to it in the last couple of decades.
Both. Both is good.
Hello, true believers. My name is Vaderfly. I hope you're doing well out there. If you want to check me out on my Instagram, you can check me out right over there. I am the King of Dreamers. The King of Dreamers is me. I am him. He is me. And we're all here together. I hope you guys are doing beautiful out there. Please be doing beautiful because I am doing beautiful over here. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And let's go ahead and get into this. I have been seeing a really weird recent trend lately that has been really kind of blowing my mind, and it has been this weird thing which I like to call revisionist history. So in the last couple of, like, say, I don't know, years or so, there has been this really big push to go around and say that, you know, certain things didn't happen in this time period and certain things did. And I'm sitting there kind of scratching my head going, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I want to kind of go over the crux of what I'm talking about here with a post that I saw on Facebook that really kind of got me a little, I wouldn't say rattled, but just kind of confused on what we're talking about here. So the post I'm about to post up here is of Goku. It's a meme. He's looking at his cell phone and he looks pretty annoyed. And it reads, "Everybody likes anime now, but I used to get bullied for." And then I was reading some of the comics, and some of the comments kind of all uttered my sentiments. Some of them went in the middle, kind of going, yeah, you know, it's true, but at the same time, I didn't really experience that. And then some people were just like flat out being like, no, this never happened. Not like, oh, it couldn't have happened. No, they were just straight up like, this never happened. You guys are making this up. And it's like, what the hell is going on? Now, don't get me wrong, there were some people that were acting out the moves and very much kind of like acting out the weird anime moves. And I mean, crying out loud, in my class, I had two people who Naruto run in my gym class, for crying out loud. I mean, there you go. But it's been like this for a while, like, and I want to be very clear about this before I get into my next segment. This is not to offend anybody, but to be very clear about what I'm trying to state here. And I have noticed that since nerddom and geekdom has become more popular in the mainstream mainline, there has been a lot of people that have made up some stuff that has never happened. Or I wouldn't say never happened, but I would say it's least likely to happen than other situations. A common one I always like to see is that, well, most men rejected a lot of women from nerd hobbies. And I'm sitting there kind of going, once again, I don't speak for every guy out there, but I definitely know when we had a lot of female nerd friends in our group, we very much interacted with them. I remember a lot of the popular girls making fun of those nerd girls, and now those popular girls are now all talking about the MCU and everything else. But I very much remember them being bullied for liking video games or anime or things like that. I remember back then a lot of things that a lot of people are saying that didn't happen or did happen. And it's just really odd to me. You know, my whole point of this video is that this revisionist history mindset is kind of worrisome because it kind of starts painting people as victims of certain scenarios and certain crimes. And once again, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm not saying people weren't excluded from groups because of skin color or sexuality or gender. But I wouldn't say that happened all the time. I would say the nerd culture was very much inclusive. They try to be very understanding of everybody because we were the outcasts. We were the ones that were thrown aside when it came to certain activities and certain beliefs and certain other things. And now all of a sudden, those same people are coming up to me and saying to me that, like, I'm some weird ismphobe, blah blah blah. And I was like, what did I do? I think this is just a problem that has been going around, especially I've noticed this a lot on social media, where a lot of people will purposely try to misremember facts to try to like get people to like, oh well, you know, oh yes, this is it, and it's so weird to me that we have been allowing this kind of behavior. Finally, we're stopping this behavior. Thankfully, there's been people that finally started to stand their ground and say, look, you're wrong. But it's been this odd thing that I have noticed, and it's kind of worrisome. It's like when Marvel back then was like touting like Ryan Coogler as the first black director to direct a Marvel film, when that's not true. The first black director to direct a Marvel film was Tim Story for the Fantastic Four films that from the early 2000s. So, and it's just kind of stuff like that where a lot of people are misremembering stuff. It's like when I was talking about in my my video about Daisy Ridley and Jar Jar Binks, which you can watch right here. I was talking about this weird thing where a lot of people seem to be like acting like they remember the situation differently, especially with like people like Ahmet Bez, you know, Daisy Ridley, Rose Tico, you know, the actress who played Rose Tico. And it seems like it keeps coming like this. And it doesn't really help that the media has been stoking these flames to really kind of make people be like, oh yeah, you weren't really bullied back then. You weren't really this back then. These things were always popular, and you're just misremembering yourself. And it's like, no, these things weren't popular. I remember I got made fun of reading comic books. I got made fun of for reading Spider-Man. I always say this. I think the scope of geekdom changed around 2008, 2009, which was my graduating year from high school. And that's when Iron Man and The Dark Knight came out. And when those movies came out, more or less, they basically changed the scope of, you know, media and geekdom as it was from that point on. And it's just been very interesting to see this weird just kind of revisionist history and trying to go back in the time period that I lived through, and trying to say, well, that never happened. Oh, Ahmet Best, he was bullied by the fans, not by the media, but by the fans. It was all the fans' fault. And it's like, no. And it's the same way with going back to the beginning of this video where I'm talking about this post about the Goku post and everything, where a lot of people are going, oh, people always loved anime and manga. No, they didn't. They really very much didn't. They found those people very weird. It wasn't like this cool, like, everybody goes to Comic-Con. Oh, Comic-Con's so cool. Everybody was like, Comic-Con? That's kind of weird. Why would you gotta go to that? Why would you? And that's like the perfect embodiment of what it was like to be a nerd around that time period, or be a geek of something around that time period, until it became more popularized because of the MCU and everything else. Really baffling to try to like diminish other people's experiences. I don't want to diminish anybody's experiences myself. If I did that in this video, I do apologize, but I want to be very clear. I don't want to diminish anybody's experiences, but I want to be very clear and truthful about the fact of the matter is, this shit actually did happen. People used to get bullied for these things, and to pretend like that never happened is just mind-blowing to me. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, because I really would like to know your personal opinion about this. Were you bullied for reading manga, playing D&D, reading comic books, liking anything metal, or you know, you can always tell the nerds were the nerds because they either dressed like crap or they dressed a little too clean. And I'm not talking like clean, like, oh yeah, I'm being swole. I'm like, if I had a picture of myself from my yearbook, that clean. What do you think is going on with this? What do you think was going on with this revisionist history? And I just really would genuinely like to know your thoughts on the matter, because I am personally confused on what's going on, and I just need somebody to answer some questions. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. My name is Vaderfly. I hope you guys are doing well. If you want to check out my Instagram where you can see me ask some questions for my Sunday vids, which is coming up here soon, I would love for you to be there. Make sure you follow my Instagram where you can see all my other projects that I am working on and doing. Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It helps the algorithm. Even if you dislike this video, even if you don't like what I'm saying, please leave your comment down below. I would love to see it. If we don't agree, fine, we don't agree. But either way, I want to create a community of geeks that are all beautiful together, because we are all true believers, because I know you're beautiful out there, because I'm beautiful right here. That means you're beautiful out there. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you later. Peace.